welcome to Łódź. Who's excited?
Yay! So, dzień dobry, ladies and gentlemen. How's my Polish, Maciej?
It's very good. My father always said 3 words help you in Polish, in Poland, when you're a foreigner here. Dzień dobry, dziękuję, gin tonic.
Oh, yes. The
So
gin
that's the
tonic I
idea.
haven't gotten to yet. Later.
The after party, maybe.
Maybe. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to welcome all of you to the New Mobility Congress 2024. It's not just a conference, as you know, it's also an expo and the biggest industry event in all of Central and Eastern Europe. And it is my first time in the dynamic city of Łódź. And I'm so thrilled to be here with my colleague, Maciej Kautz. So we're going to have a good time.
Right. Mariana, because you're here for the first time, I want our audience to welcome you warmly.
Oh, yes.
Yay.
The warm hospitality of Łódź.
Who else is here for the first time? Raise your hand. Okay, it's
Very
so
cool.
wonderful you guys are joining. Thank you so very much. Speaking of Marianne, I just wanted to notice one particular thing. So her name is Marianna Evenstein, and I think it's not by chance that they had you host this event.
Okay.
See, you have EV in your last name.
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense.
Exactly. The first letters of my last name is EV. It's all symbolic. It's
was
not an
meant to
accident.
be.
It was meant to be, of course.
Thank you for joining.
So what's in store for us this year, Maciej?
This year is about zero emission. This year is about some breakthrough legislation. And this year is about the industry coming even closer together. Last year it was 3,000 people. This year we expect up to 5,000 people here.
Amazing. So about the exciting developments and innovation, but I think we're also, of course, going to have to talk about some of the challenges that we're going to be facing in the market and the regulatory challenges in Poland specifically, but also for all the other EU states. But we have some brilliant experts who are going to walk us through all of these things and also talk about solutions because, of course,
We need solutions.
This industry is all about solutions, right?
Not that many problems. We are really searching for solutions, hopefully. And this is also when we talk about being proud of this event, because this year we're celebrating something big.
That's right. It is 5 years since this event was started. It's been an incredible journey. And we want to just share a short video with all of you, just looking at the incredible transformation of this event itself. So let's have a quick look at the video. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now it's my pleasure to introduce the co-organizers of this conference because an event like this doesn't happen by itself. There's a lot of people putting a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, a lot of emotion into making something like this a reality. And I'm also very excited to welcome to the stage the CEO of the Polish New Mobility Association and also the president of AWARE. So let's have a very, very warm round of applause for Maciej Mazur. Maciej.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a view. It's better from year to year. It's great to be here. It's my absolute great pleasure to welcome you to the 5th Jubilee edition of the New Mobility Congress. I warmly greet all friends of the sustainable transport, more and more friends I see. I see many, many familiar faces. It's absolutely great to be here in Łódź for the fourth time. Fourth time we are here in Łódź, building one of the biggest expos, one of the biggest conference in this part of Europe and in Europe in general. I would like to underline how important it is to have this chance to meet with all of you, with our great partners from the central authorities level, from local authorities level, our great partners, sponsors, and other institutions with whom we are constantly working to build a massive market here in Poland, here in the CE, but as well here in Europe. It's absolutely great to be here with you for the next 3 days. It's going to be a pleasure to be here during some panel discussions. It's going to be a huge pleasure to be here during the welcome party and tomorrow's gala. I really hope that after those 3 days, we will move forward with the development of sustainable transport. This view is really magnificent. It's great to see so many people, so many partners, especially in this moment of time that we are hearing that there are some challenges that we've got to face. Some people are asking questions. We can read a lot of negative articles in the press, but here we are united and we'll be looking for solutions in the next couple of days. So I think we are ready. It's time to start the new Mobility Congress, and I declare this year's edition as an open one. Thanks a lot.
Oh, it's official now. Thank you, Maciej. As you just heard from our president, we are united. And that is the wonderful message that we want to spread around the industry. If you wonder about, do I take one of those chairs? If you'd like to have some extra comfort, everybody's so welcome. Please make your way. Don't be shy. Make yourself comfortable. There will be some panels. One of them, Marianne hosts, and that is a good enough reason for you to be seated. But it's all up to you. I wanted the speakers of Polish who prefer to keep with Polish to know that we have some interpreters working for you. So these words I can say in Polish. Drodzy Państwo, niektóre z wystąpień są w języku angielskim, niektóre są w języku polskim. This is also my message to all the foreigners. Some speeches will be in Polish, so it always makes sense that you show up by that place, very close to the door, where you get your headsets. And speaking of interpreters, I wanted you to know that Piotr Piwoński and Sonia Darzycka work for us today, wonderful conference interpreters. Thank you. And today we are here with the hosts of this city. This is happening for another time, and we're so happy to be in Łódź because this is the center of Poland, and this is really the center of gravity for e-mobility, but also new mobility. So why don't we all welcome Mayor Hanna Zdanowska. Pani Prezydent. Kłaniam się i dziękuję.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Dziękujemy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I warmly welcome in Łódź. It is my honor to be here among you, and it is the third time when we had the opportunity to discuss about the future. Because when we start to discuss about the mobility, we must to think about the future. We must to change our mentality and think about the next generation, and we must to change our vision about communication system, about working, how to convince all these very important issues in one, how to say, project. Ladies and gentlemen, because here is many my colleagues, mayors from the local governments, I will speak some words in Polish because it is very important for us all together to change the future. I say this once time, future. Drodzy Państwo, przede wszystkim bardzo się cieszę, że po raz czwarty ten kongres odbywa się w Łodzi. Z tego miejsca witam wszystkich prelegentów, szacownych gości i wszystkich Państwa, którzy zaszczycili nas swoją obecnością, ale przede wszystkim też słowa podziękowania kieruję do wszystkich włodarzy miast, miasteczek, wiosek, bo przecież mobilność to jest możliwość kontaktowania się. Mobilność to możliwość pracy, przemieszczania się, tworzenia również i przyszłości dla naszych przyszłych pokoleń. W związku z czym bardzo się cieszę, że w czasie tego kongresu będziemy mieli możliwość, tak jak było to w ubiegłym roku, gdzie ponad 200 lokalnych włodarzy spotkało się właśnie tu, przysłuchując się dyskusji, przede wszystkim też rozszerzając swoją wiedzę i kompetencje, jak powinniśmy tworzyć system zrównoważonego transportu w naszych miastach. Spotykamy się akurat praktycznie w czasie, kiedy nie do końca jeszcze zakończył się kryzys, z którym mamy do czynienia od paru ładnych dni w naszym kraju, związany z powodzią. I właśnie w tym momencie wybrzmiewa, jak ważne jest to, nad czym powinniśmy się zastanowić. Czy, jeżeli tak, to w jaki sposób przyspieszyć wszystkie działania, które by przeciwdziałały zmianom klimatu. A jednym z takich działań niewątpliwie jest zeroemisyjny transport, ponieważ jako transport też bardzo intensywnie wpływamy na to, co dzieje się z naszym otoczeniem, z naszym klimatem. W związku z czym bardzo dziękuję wszystkim koleżankom i kolegom, którzy przybyli na ten kongres, żeby właśnie wsłuchać się, żeby tworzyć zintegrowane systemy zrównoważonego transportu. Ponieważ przyszliście słuchać ekspertów, więc ja raz jeszcze witam Was serdecznie i życzę przede wszystkim samych pozytywnych emocji i wrażeń. I pozwólcie Państwo, że już oficjalnie otwieram kolejny już w Łodzi, 4. Kongres Nowej Mobilności i bardzo dziękuję stowarzyszeniu, które wspólnie z nami ten kongres organizuje. Panie Marku, bardzo dziękujemy. Wszystkiego dobrego, pozytywnych wrażeń i przede wszystkim zapamiętajcie, jak już tutaj się nadyskutujemy, wymienimy doświadczeniami, to pamiętajcie, że Łódź jest piękna, Łódź się zmienia. Zapraszamy do miasta, poznawajcie miasto i przede wszystkim poczujcie jego oryginalny, niepowtarzalny nastrój i mam nadzieję, że to spowoduje, że częściej do tego miasta również będziecie chcieli zawitać. So once again, thank you for being here with us. I hope that after the very emotional discussion on this area, you will have a little time to spend the time in the city center and feel the atmosphere of the city, which is very unique because this is the city under reconstruction. So you will see many different, I think, when in other cities, activities which happen in our city, because we still want to be very modern, but we are still have amazing history from the past. Wszystkiego dobrego, miłych wrażeń. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard, of course, Łódź is at the center of Poland, and Poland itself is, of course, at the center of Europe. And if the theme is unity, we all know how important it is that European countries are working together on all of the challenges that we face together, that are our common challenges, that will require solutions working together. And we're therefore very excited to have with us today from the European Commission's Directorate General for Mobility and Transport, so everybody in Brussels will know it as DG Move, Mr. Eddie Lejoie, Head of the Transport Networks Unit. Eddie, welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, many thanks for this welcome like a star. I would like first of all to congratulate the organizer of this event, which is a very nice opportunity, first of all, to have stakeholders meeting together. That's very important that we have the opportunity of such event to exchange ideas, to agree, to disagree, to put arguments on the table. but it's also very important to see what you have behind you, which is, I would say, the industry showcasing all the progress which has been made over the last years to decarbonize transport. So it's a very good mix of, I would say, conferences, workshop, exchange ideas, and showcasing what we are doing in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that there is a big challenge for transport. I would say that transport is victim of its success. We can expect that the demand for transport will continue to grow. But the problem, I would say, is that transport represents 1/4 of the global emissions. 1/4 of the global emissions. And as you know, the objective is to reduce this emission by 90% for transport by 2050. It means, for example, that if we look at the renewable that are used in transport, today we have renewable which count for just 6.5%. And we will have to reach a share of renewable in transport of 67% in 2040 and 94% in 2050. So the challenge is definitely huge. This being said, we have already worked a lot, including in Brussels at the EU institutions. I would say that we have set a very solid policy framework for the uptake of e-mobility. I would in particular mention the standards for the vehicles for e-mobility. We have clear targets that will create a demand for such cars. You know these targets for cars. We have to reach a reduction of minus 15% in 2025, so it's basically tomorrow, minus 55 in 2030, and no combustion engine after 2035. And we have set the scene, I would say, with EU rules for all modes of transport, for HDVs, but also in the maritime and aviation sectors. So we have set the regulation to create the demand, but we have also adopted a very strong regulation to ensure that infrastructure will develop with electric mobility, with an obligation for the member states to deploy a recharging station along the Trans-European transport network at every 60 kilometers with also a clear deadline. So a lot have been made, but a lot remains to be done. I think that the next commission, which will be in place in a few weeks from now, will be a commission for the implementation of what we have adopted in the last 4 years. I think that if I would summarize in one word the future, I would use the word stability. We need stability in the regulatory framework so that we give long-term visibility for the industry and also for the citizens. The industry needs visibility to know exactly what vehicles they need to produce, and citizens also need stability and clear visibility to understand which vehicle they will have to buy. You have probably seen in the press recently that there are many requests, in particular since we started with the elections of the European Parliament, to review the targets and in particular the dates for the end of the combustion engine. You have also seen the political guidelines of our president, the President von der Leyen, and you will not see in these political guidelines any indication that we will put further to later the date for the end of the combustion engine. So we might have some refinement in the legislation, but we strongly believe that we need to have clear target that is badly needed by the industry. Something on which we'll have to work a lot in the years to come will be to work on the supply of fuels. So we create a demand, there will be new vehicles coming on the market, but we need to have the supply, basically the supply of electricity, so making sure that green electricity will arrive at the recharging points. And for that, the new Commission will have to build a strong industrial policy, and it's, by the way, indicated in the report of Draghi, which was transmitted to the President of the Commission. The intention of the Commission is to prepare and to present in the first 100 days of the new Commission a clean industrial deal precisely to uptake the supply of fuels, including the supply of green electricity. We'll have also to work a lot on the governance. Greening of transport is a matter for everybody, for the EU institutions, for the industry, but also for the national governments, which will have to take measures, and in particular make the necessary investment. And last but not least, and I will finish my introduction with this point, we will need money to decarbonize transport. Our President von der Leyen was very clear in the political guidelines. She said that we will have to maximize public investment and leverage and de-risk private capital for this transition also in the transport sectors. So these were the few words that I wanted to share with you at the beginning of this big conference, big show, I could say. So as you can see, there are many enablers on which we will have to work. They are, let's say, multi-dimensional. They will involve EU institutions, member states, industry. And on these notes, I wish you a very fruitful exchange over the coming days.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. An important voice from Brussels. Stability, but also visibility are some of the key words from his speech. There will be more to come when it comes to the European Union legislation level and what's to come when it comes to the new Commission. But now let's talk about charging, and the infrastructure is crucial. We all know that, because without it, this is not possible. Ecoenergetica is just over there. It's just behind your back, and it's also the place where in about 15 minutes that there's going to be a great premiere of their new product, but also new technology. To talk about this and also being our great partner, here's the board member Zbigniew Jagiełło, Ecoenergetica. Great to have you.
Szanowna Pani Prezydent, Szanowni Państwo, dziś z dumą reprezentuję firmę Ecoenergetyka Polska, europejskiego lidera w dziedzinie elektromobilności. Nasza firma nie tylko projektuje i produkuje innowacyjne stacje ładowania, ale także wspiera transformację transportu w Europie. 15 lat temu założyciel firmy Bartosz Kubik wraz z nielicznym wówczas gronem entuzjastów założył w Zielonej Górze firmę, która stała się dziś europejskim graczem w zakresie produkcji ładowarek. Ładowarek elektrycznych do autobusów, do samochodów osobowych i ciężarówek. Zwracam uwagę na te ciężarówki, ponieważ polska branża transportowa jest bardzo silna w Europie i warto ją wspierać, aby nadal utrzymała swoje przewagi konkurencyjne. Jednocześnie wracając do firmy Ecoenergetyka, warto powiedzieć, że o godzinie 12 będziemy mieli premierę najlepszej ładowarki do samochodów ciężarowych na świecie. Dzisiaj właśnie tutaj w Łodzi będzie premiera ładowarki, która w kilkadziesiąt minut ładuje ciężarówki elektryczne różnych marek. Firma, która powstała 15 lat temu w Zielonej Górze, jest naszym chyba jedynym reprezentantem na poziomie europejskim w dziedzinie elektromobilności. Warto ją wspierać w taki sposób, aby mogła być nie tylko numerem 1 w Polsce, bo jeżeli chodzi o systemy ładowania do autobusów elektrycznych jest bezdyskusyjnym numerem 1 w Polsce, ale aby również była takim bezdyskusyjnym liderem w Europie. Ecoenergetyka oferuje zaawansowane rozwiązania, które umożliwiają ładowanie pojazdów elektrycznych w 30 krajach na całym świecie. Nasze działania są zgodne z celami dekarbonizacji, co przyczynia się do czystej przyszłości naszych miast. Wspólnie w dialogu z sektorem publicznym i prywatnym rozwijamy efektywną infrastrukturę nowego transportu. Razem budujemy nową mobilność. Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you very much. But of course, it's not only innovative businesses and companies that are going to be driving the green mobility revolution. It also is going to require the support of visionary and dedicated politicians and government leaders who understand that our future depends on it, and we're very fortunate that Poland has these types of leaders who are doing all they can to support the green mobility revolution, and therefore very honored to welcome the Secretary of State of Poland's Ministry of Infrastructure, Stanisław Bukowiec. Welcome.
Szanowni Państwo, serdecznie dziękuję za zaproszenie do udziału w Kongresie Nowej Mobilności. Na wstępie chciałbym podziękować za podjęcie dyskusji na temat mobilności, która stanowi dynamicznie rozwijający się sektor gospodarki. Wspieranie rozwoju mobilności i dążenie do zrównoważonej mobilności jest bardzo ważnym elementem transformacji w kierunku